Gears.
Cable's good. I'll stash it with the others. Ready to roll?
Let's move. Yeah, got the hinge bar coming up.
Box is sealed. I'll label it.
Good evening, OCWFED fans. I'm Tammy Young, and this is Turnbuckle News. Thank you for joining us for this final episode of the Turnbuckle as we prepare for the new chapters to be written all across OCWFED. So let's get straight to it, as this Saturday, OCWFED presents Hard Target, and history itself could be rewritten in one of the biggest World Championship matches we have ever seen. Nate Ortiz is potentially entering his final season, and the Hall of Famer now stands on the doorstep of the impossible. A chance to become the first and only 10-time OCW World Champion. But if Nate Ortiz wants to make history, he will have to survive not one, but two of the most dangerous competitors in OCWFED today. Former OCW World Champion AC Cobra and the reigning OCW World Champion Tony Everett. Tony Everett has been nothing short of a force of nature throughout his OCWFED tenure. His championship reigns, his dominance, and his ability to survive when the pressure is at its highest have already become the stuff of legend. But we cannot overlook AC Cobra. The 10-plus year veteran shocked the entire wrestling world last season, capturing the OCW Championship and walking away with Wrestler of the Year honors. 3 men, 3 legacies, 1 OCW World Championship. Can Nate Ortiz achieve the impossible and become a 10-time world champion? Can AC Cobra prove last season was only the beginning and become a 2-time OCW champion? Or will Tony Everett's reign of dominance continue? We find out Saturday. The OCW Pride Championship will also be on the line as Dragana defends against the Digital Dime, Pearl. And somehow, this entire situation started with BubbaBot. After BubbaBot was stolen, reprogrammed to become an absolute jerk, and then nearly destroyed by Bash, Dragana is heading into Hard Target with more than championship pride on her mind. She wants revenge. Pearl has made a career out of getting under the skin of her opponents, but this time, the Digital Dime may have pushed the wrong champion too far. Dragana enters Hard Target with purpose in her heart and payback on her mind. The question is whether Pearl can turn that emotion against her, or whether the Pride Champion is about to collect a very personal debt. The OCW Women's Championship will also be defended, as champion Marisa faces former champion Lotus Flojo. Flojo has seemingly been one step ahead of the champion at every turn. Now the question is whether lightning can strike twice for Jolene, or whether Lotus Flojo is ready to reclaim her place at the top of the women's division. But there may be more than just the championship match to worry about. Tammy Buck is still lurking after losing her debut match to Lotus Flojo, and there is no telling whether she plans on watching from the sidelines or getting involved. And then there is Ashley Moore. Could she potentially play a role in what happened Saturday night? There are a lot of moving pieces surrounding the OCW Women's Championship, and Lotus Flojo may need eyes in the back of her head. Speaking of moving pieces, the time for talking is officially over. International champion Jinx puts his championship on the line against a newly malevolent Joe Deaver. Something has changed inside Joe Deaver. The attitude is different, the aggression is different, and the intentions appear to be darker than ever before. Jinx has built his reputation on being unpredictable and enigmatic, but at Hard Target, he may be facing an opponent who has finally abandoned every restraint holding him back. Can Jinx overcome the odds and retain the International Championship? Or will 2026 officially become the year of Joe Deaver? From there, we move on to the North American Championship is also up for grabs as Mad Dog defends against former tag team champion Devin Flash. After Mad Dog verbally tore through the OCWFED locker room, Devin Flash had heard enough. But Mad Dog responded by calling Devin nothing more than a knockoff, a carbon copy of the dog himself. Now, Devin Flash has an opportunity to silence every doubter and capture the first singles championship of his OCWFED career. But Mad Dog has promised to prove there is only one original. Can Devin Flash finally break through and claim singles gold? Or will Mad Dog show the entire world why there are two things everyone should fear: Mad Barks and Mad Bites? And from there, we move to one of the most disturbing situations in recent OCWFED history. As this feud has reached its boiling point, John Carter and Riot will collide at Hard Target. On Turmoil 345, shocking information was revealed regarding Riot's alleged plans for John Carter. Plans to harm Carter, only to later nurse him back to health. And this comes after the brutal attack that put Chris Green on the shelf. What began as an obsession has transformed into something far more dangerous, and John Carter has had enough. Carter demanded this match. His message was simple: no more games. But when it comes to Riot, nothing is ever that simple. Carter wants a fight. Riot wants Carter. And at Hard Target, we may finally discover just how far this obsession is willing to go. Does Riot have something even more nefarious planned? Or will John Carter finally put an end to this nightmare? While we are on the subject of hell-induced nightmares, in just a few moments, OCWFED Turmoil General Manager B17 will address the media in a special press conference regarding the highly anticipated showdown between Rex and the reigning CCW champion Kumiko Sensation. Turnbuckle News has been informed that B17 is expected to make a major announcement concerning the championship match. Exactly what that announcement will be remains unknown. But given the growing hostility between Rex and Kumiko Sensation, speculation is already running wild regarding what the general manager could have planned. Rex has made his intentions perfectly clear. After setting his sights on running through the Sensation family, making an example of both Mr. Sensation at Resolution 19 and Nate Ortiz at the Clash earlier this year. And now he has set his eyes claiming his 5th CCW championship, even if that means going through Kumiko Sensation herself. For more than a year, Kumiko has been on the top of the world, to the point she was voted Wrestler of the Year. But it seems things are changing as Kumiko has already lost her general manager position and is struggling to keep hold of her CCW title. Does she have what it takes to defeat a monster like Rex? The CCW champion enters Hard Target with the championship on her shoulder, a target on her back, and one of the most dangerous challengers of her career standing across the ring. Now, General Manager B17 is preparing to add another element to an already explosive situation. What does B17 have planned? Will the rules of the match be changed? Will new stipulations be added? Or is the General Manager preparing to announce something neither Rex nor Kumiko Sensation sees coming? We are about to find out. The media is assembled, the cameras are rolling, and General Manager B17 is approaching the podium. Turnbuckle News will take you there now for this special OCWFED press conference. I'm Tammy Young. Stay tuned, the announcement is next.
Good afternoon, my fellow Americans, and Mexicans, and Canadians, and good afternoon, my fellow man, and women, and literally everyone else. As the new general managing daddy of Turmoil, I have a responsibility to ensure justice and fairness are standards that we can all strive for. Under the reign of Jason Clinton Sensation, these standards have not always been followed. Let's not forget the lessons of 2008, 2009, 2011, or more recently, the abuse of power by the entire sensational family orchestrated by Empress. However, when the brand of Turmoil promises a fight, we deliver one. At this year's Hard Target pay-per-view, Rex will challenge CCW champion Empress in an apocalypse match. Yes. Yes. Calm down. I'm very excited. Calm down. If you are unaware of what an apocalypse match is, please direct your questions to Nate Ortiz, who lost the first ever apocalypse match back in 2005. That's a deep cut. The 3 match types have already been decided. Each stipulation was determined by the previous contestants of the number 1 contenders tournament that led us here. The competitors know the matches. The contracts are final. There will be no negotiations and no excuses. At Hard Target, Rex and Empress fight through 3 stages of destruction. Only one will survive the apocalypse. The B community thanks you and wishes you all a wonderful night.
Well, there you have it. The CCW title will be defended in a hellish apocalypse match. The last time we seen this match type was a year ago at the Clash, where Bash faced off against a former member of DNS, which also took place in Philadelphia. Hard Target is shaping up to be a night of championships, revenge, obsession, legacy, and potentially OCWFED history. The stage is set, the targets have been chosen, and this Saturday, somebody is going to hit the mark. I'm Tammy Young, and this has been Turnbuckle News. We'll see you at Hard Target. Wow, I honestly don't even know where to begin. For so many years, you've welcomed me into your homes, your phones, your tablets, your lives, just to talk about this crazy, beautiful world of professional wrestling. And that is something I will never, ever take for granted. When the Turnbuckle News first started, it was just a small idea, a simple show about results, rumors, and recaps. But somewhere along the way, it became so much more than that. It became a community, a family, a place where fans could laugh, argue, celebrate, and sometimes even cry together. You didn't just watch the news, you were the news. Your comments, your messages, your theories, your passion, you made this show alive. You gave it a heartbeat. And today, while this may be the last video episode of the Turnbuckle News, I want you to know something very important. This isn't the end. Because wrestling doesn't end. The stories don't end. The memories don't end. And the love we share for this sport, that never fades. The cameras might turn off. The lights might go down, but the Turnbuckle News will always live on. In every highlight, every chant in the crowd, every surprise return, every title win, every shocking betrayal. It lives on in you. Thank you for growing with me. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for letting me be your voice in the wrestling world. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, for supporting, and for believing in the Turnbuckle News for all these years. This may be my final sign-off, but our story together, that one's forever. I'm Tammy Young, and this has been the Turnbuckle News. Signing off.